Hello artists, Jeff here from MD Art Galleries. If you're watching this video, you should already have a free gallery set up on mdartgalleries.com and you're now ready to start selling your art to the public. If you don't have a gallery yet, send us an email to info@mdartgalleries.com or give us a call at 410-247-7771 and we'll get you set up. There are just a few things you need to do to sell to the public, and I'm here to walk you through the whole process. The first thing you need to do is pay the yearly subscription. I've had some artists ask what the $300 subscription is for. Long story short, advertising, uploading your new art to your gallery, adding new capabilities to the website, labor cost for employees, monthly fees to pay for the website, and services we use to keep everything organized. I can assure you, you're getting an insane value for your $300 because we are running 90% of the site for you. That's why we created MD Art Galleries, to help you sell your art while allowing you to do what you do best, create art. We're just asking that you set up your markup price so you can make a profit, choose the art you want to sell, and add some keywords that will help buyers find your art in a snap. I'm here today to walk you through the whole process. The holidays are almost here, so let's get you set up and start selling some art. My computer, and I just went to the Archival Arts website first to show you a couple things that I added to help you out with the MD Art Gallery site. This login has been here for about a month now. Put that in there just so you can have a quick link to the website if you need to log into your gallery. So you can just click on that if you forget. I would actually recommend creating a bookmark here. So if you just go up to your bookmarks at the top there, you can bookmark that page, and then you can always go into your bookmarks and find the link to the Art Galleries website from there. That's just a quick little tip for that. Let's get out of there. Another button that I put on the Archival Arts page is this MD Art Galleries button. If you click on that, this is going to have lots of resources for you for the MD Art Galleries website. Right now, we just have a login button. The other tutorial that I put out before that shows you how to do the private gallery setup, that's on here. And the subscription, which I'm going to show you in a second, and then the video that we're doing right now, that's going to be available here too as soon as I finish it and upload it. So let's go to the subscription, which is why you're watching this video. We're going to do the subscription first, and then I'll show you some other things, how to set up your account for selling on the public side. Definitely recommend going through and reading the artist agreement. Basically just goes over how the money works on the website and a little bit about the $300 yearly subscription. And all you need is to basically sign your name, pop your name and your last name and your email. Click that for me just so we don't, I had to put that on there just so we don't get hacked and it starts sending me a bunch of forms from a robot. And submit that. When you submit this form, it's not going to take you to pay the $300 right away. It's actually just going to send us a request so that we can send you an invoice for the $300 fee. And we're going to send that through our QuickBooks like we normally do with our regular Archival Arts invoices. And you can pay for that with your credit card through the email, or if you want to call us with your credit card, you can do that. Or you can also pay with cash or check in person if you want to come into Archival Arts and do that. Just let us know if you want to do, pop in and do that. We can do it for you. So there's the subscription page. And I think I pretty much covered most of that. Next thing I wanted to do was show you how to set up your markup on your account. So let's go ahead to the MD Art Gallery site now. log in. I'm going to do my backup site here. Okay, so once you get into your account, first thing you want to do is just make sure everything is filled out. If anything is blank, when you finish up and hit the update button, sometimes it'll error out if there's anything blank. Address line 2 can be blank, but if there's, if you're missing your address or if you're missing your email, it might error out. And if it errors out, it's because you left something blank. If you have everything filled in correctly, it'll update and it'll actually tell you with a little green text box that'll tell you it's good. So email, full name, markup percentage. I definitely wanted to go over that. This is really, really important for you if you're selling on the public side. This is basically how you make your profit off of the sales on the site. This will not let you do 0. If you do 0, it says the markup percentage can't be less than 10%. I definitely wouldn't recommend doing 10%. I am recommending at least 50%. And I would say for 50%, that's mainly for people who are just starting out. They don't know what market they're going to be selling in, or you're just trying to test things out and see if things are going to sell. 50% is pretty low. If you ask most artists, they're actually doubling or tripling their cost. So I would recommend at least 50%, but I'm finding most artists are putting 200 or 300% in here. And basically what that does is if somebody orders a print and that print costs, let's say, $100 on the website, excluding framing and all the extras that we have on there. Basically, this markup is just for the print. So let's say the print is $100, and then your markup is 100%. If it's $100 and you have 100% markup, it's just going to add another $100 to it. So it's going to charge that person $200 plus whatever taxes and shipping and framing they might have on there. And then we're going to take 10% of that profit. I think in the agreement it mentions about the 10%. So we'll take $10 from that extra $100 that you get, and then you end up getting $90 for that sale. Archival Arts gets $110 plus shipping, framing, taxes, things like that, and you would get that $90. So the $90 is going to go either into a credit, or if you would like to set it up with like a Venmo account or something, so we can get that money to you. It looks like we're probably going to do something like a monthly thing. We'll build up, if you're doing a bunch of sales for the month, we'll build those sales up. And then at the end of the month, we'll transfer that money over to you. We're going to play that by ear as it goes, just to see how many sales are starting out. And once we start getting, many more orders, we'll probably start setting up accounts with everybody and to get that money to you when we need to. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to put 100% in there right now. Next box I wanted to show you was the About here. This is actually mostly for your bio. I just have like a little blurb, a 2-sentence blurb here. And I definitely don't recommend doing a lot. Like, you don't want to copy and paste like your whole bio from another website into here. The reason for that is if somebody goes to mdartgalleries.com and let's say we go to the artist archive and we look up me, and if we go to my gallery here, you can see that my bio is right here under my name. And if you have a huge bio, that's going to push all of your images down to the bottom of the page. So if somebody comes to your gallery looking for stuff and all they see is a bunch of text here, I can guarantee you they're probably going to leave that page. People don't really like to read on the internet, and especially if somebody is here to buy art, the last thing they want to do is sit here, for 10 minutes reading through your bio. I know it's probably really interesting to that you have a really interesting bio and you want to, tell people what your awards are and what shows you've done and things like that. But I would recommend, having that on your website. This is really to sell your prints, and we don't want people to just go on this page, see text, and leave. So just wanted to point that out. You definitely want to just put a little blurb here, and maybe before you do that, just put if you have a website that you're actually selling your originals on, you can put your website here. You can put your email, contact email, and then your bio. Real short and simple. That's I'm finding that's the best thing to do right now at this point. That may change in the future, but that's how we're doing it right now. So the next thing I wanted to show you was how to find your link to your gallery. And let's go back to, let's just type in here. So there's a little thing that you can do to actually find your gallery really easily without actually going through the website. I'm just going to show you real quick. So if you type in artist after mdartgalleries.com, you want to do /artist and then / your first name. I'm just going to put in Jeff here, and then underscore and then your last name. That will take you directly to your gallery. So there we go. That took me right to my gallery. Now, if you have like two different names in your first name, like if your name is Mary Jo, you might have to put in Mary underscore Joe underscore and then your last name. So all the names are actually separated by underscores for this. Same thing if your last name is two names, you would want to put that underscore in between those. If you're not really sure what that address is going to be, you can actually go to the artist archive and look up your last name. So I'll just look up Salava here, and you can click on that, and then that will actually show up. Your address will actually show up right there, and you don't have to kind of guess what it is. It'll just show you what it is there. So that's a really important address. You can email that to people. You can put it on your Facebook page, your Instagram page, anywhere you want to advertise. That's the address that you want to use. I would probably say there's a couple other things that you can do with that. You can actually make the little square codes. If you find a website where they make those little codes that you can print out on business cards and stuff, you can do that. There's lots of things you can do with that, but that's basically the address I wanted to show you. And now I'm going to go to our account here. We'll click on My Works. And if you haven't realized yet, I wanted to show you the sell and market checkboxes. Pretty self-explanatory. If you want to sell a piece of art on the website, just put a check next to it, and that will put it on automatically. So just to show you how it works, if I click on this one, Adair, and then I go to mdartgalleries.com and I do a search. Let's go to start searching. Oh, actually, it showed up right there. Usually if you make a change to something, it's going to show up right away on the first page of the search engine. One thing I definitely want to discourage is for anybody to constantly keep making changes to their gallery so that they keep getting their images on the first page. If we're finding that people are doing that, we're probably going to call you and ask you to stop doing that. there's a couple other things that I'll probably mention through this video. We've had some people doing some keyword things and things like that that's frowned upon, and I'll mention a little bit that in the future of the video here. But let's go back. So just want to put checkboxes on the things that you want to sell. If there's something on here that you don't like, it's okay to have that on your back end private gallery. This is just here for you. This isn't for anybody else to see other than you. And this is a really good way to see what we have on our server for you. So there may be commissions and things that you did, but feel free to keep them on here. If somebody wants to place an order for that commission that you did, you can place an order on here. So go ahead and keep your old stuff on here, and that'll work great. Next thing I wanted to go over is the keywords. So I'm gonna go back to the first page here. So just to go over keywords here real quick, if you click on this edit details button here, I'm gonna just clear this out so you can see. When you go into a new image, you're going to see that this keyword box is actually empty. And I definitely encourage you, if you're going to sell a piece of art on the website, you definitely want to put some keywords in here. Keywords are how people find your images on the website. So if somebody comes to mdartgalleries.com looking for a sunrise or a sunset, they are not going to find this particular image that we're looking at here unless I do some things to help them find it. The name is Alaska Sunrise right now, so if they type in sunrise, they will find this. But there's a couple other things that I might want to put in here to help it along if other people are, putting different things in. So maybe sun, maybe somebody's looking for orange images, so I can put orange in there. And notice that I'm putting a comma in between each keyword. If you don't put a comma in there, and I just put sun orange, that right there is a keyword. So nobody's going to find sun or orange unless they put that whole keyword in, sun orange. It's not likely anybody's going to do that, so you definitely want to put a comma in there. And now if they type either one of those words, they'll find this image. Let's go ahead and put ocean and maybe sky, and that's pretty good for right now. So I just wanted to go over that keywords are really important, and if you don't really set up your keywords here, you're probably going to struggle to have people find your stuff on the site. Your names will get you halfway there, but the keywords thing is pretty powerful. Now, one thing I was mentioning before, I do want to discourage things like putting keywords on images that don't pertain to that particular image. So if I wanted pretty much anybody that comes into the website to find this image, I can put a whole bunch of other things in here. I can put car, I can put trees, I can put a whole bunch of other keywords in here, and if they're typing in those keywords, they're going to find this particular image. We really want to discourage everybody from doing those things. If we do see that those kinds of things are happening on the website, we're going to be on here all the time looking for that kind of stuff, because it really steps on the toes of other artists. And we want this website to be really fair to everyone, so people can use this website to test market their art, see if they're selling stuff, if their art is in demand. And if you have other people who are really savvy about how these things work, and they're getting an advantage over everybody else because they're putting in a whole bunch of keywords that don't have anything to do with their images, it's just not fair, and I really don't want anybody to do that on the website. So we'll definitely be looking out for that and making sure that everyone is protected from those things happening on the site. So that's enough of that. Let's go down. I think I did actually talk a bit about these a little bit in the other video, but let's go over this just a little bit. These are actually keyword drop downs here too. So this first one is basically what type of image it is, a landscape, a portrait, or a square. That's actually the proportion of the image. Traditional, there's a couple things in here for the type of art also. Traditional, modern, decorative, abstract. You can definitely use one of those. If you feel like something's missing in this drop down, let's say let's say you have like an impressionist looking image, and we don't have that in here, and you can actually put impressionist or impressionism or something like that right up here, and that fixes it. So you don't necessarily have to let us know if there's something missing on these drop downs. You can always do whatever's missing in the drop down and put it up there. We will be adding things to these. Like I just added the photography section just like a week or two ago. We had some demand for that. But by all means, feel free to put as many keywords in there as you can. I think it goes up to 15. So 15 keywords is pretty good. That should allow you to, put lots of information in there about that image. This last one down here is the type of art. We are kind of missing like pencil, graphite, and a couple other things in here. I know some people have colored pencil, and there's some other things. You can do mixed media, or again, if you just wanted to put like colored pencil or graphite or something like that in here, that will definitely work just as well as this drop down. I think that's all I wanted to go over on that particular page. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about your profile. Let's close this out. One thing I wanted to go over here about these profile backgrounds and this profile image is I've been noticing that on the gallery, if you go to the artist archive, there's these circles for each artist, and right now it's pretty blank. There's a couple images in there, like you'll see some photographs, but so far it kind of looks pretty blank. And to be honest, I think if we had more photographs for people's profiles here, I think that will really help the website out a lot. So I just wanted to go over how to do that, just in case you're not sure. Let's go back into my account, my works. So a really quick and easy way to do your background here is to just go to one of your images. Let's just say, I think one of the ones that works good for me is this one here. So if I click on this image and take a look at it, you can see it's really long and wide. So I think that image will probably work really well in that space. We have that really long, wide space at the top there. It's going to crop it a little bit, but let's try that one out. And all you want to do is go under this download button. And you'll notice that it actually says right here, 1920 by 370. That's the pixels. The width is 1920. And that's why actually I have this 1920 by 374 pixel section here so that you can actually download that picture. It'll go right into your downloads folder. Close that out. And then if you click on the edit cover button here, go to your downloads folder, find that one that you just downloaded. It will crop that image and pop it in there for you. One thing to look for when you're picking an image, if let's say you're picking something that's like, I know that this one is sort of more of a portrait. So if I go in and look at this one, that's tall. So what it's going to do is it's going to find the middle of this image and it's going to crop a really long, wide section of that. So this image probably wouldn't work very well for my profile image. Definitely want to find something that's at least a landscape image, and maybe try a couple different ones out and see how it looks. You can always, if you put one in there and you don't like it, you can go to this X right here and say remove cover image, and that'll take you back to that default. And then you can just pick another one and put it in there. So I kind of like that one, so let's keep that in there. And let's see. Ooh, didn't go in. Let's try it again. Another thing I wanted to show you was the profile image. If you just click on that, this actually uses a square photo. If you don't use a square, it's going to crop it to square. And I definitely recommend doing, a portrait of yourself. If you have a nice portrait of yourself, it's probably a good idea to do a portrait of you. If you're a little shy and you don't really want to have a picture of you, you can do something else that kind of represents your art or something. Maybe if you have an animal that you painted that you really like, you can actually crop a square out of that, that animal's face and put that in there if you want. I really would like to see more, make this kind of personal and, have as many photos of people in there. But I actually just for to show you how to use this, basically the same thing. I happen to have something on my desktop here that I just grabbed to show you. So there's that. Again, if you need to change that, you can click on this X and remove profile, and that'll work. That should get rid of it, and then you can just replace it with that. There we go. Took me a couple tries to get back in there, but so there's my background. I'm going to go back to my desktop where I put my photo, pop that in there. And let's do a refresh here, see if it comes up. Come on. There we go. Okay, that actually was kind of a good thing to show you. If you ever have any trouble with anything on the website, if it seems like something just isn't working, this refresh button up here, this little reload the page, that is a really good tool on here. E-commerce websites, there's a lot going on, and there's always going to be some little bugs here and there. And that refresh button is a savior sometimes. It can really just kind of sort things out if the software is having some trouble, especially if you've been kind of clicking around and looking at a lot of images and doing a lot of things. That software kind of tends to get bogged down sometimes. So sometimes it's a good idea just to go ahead and refresh it. And sometimes it'll take you back to where you started, like on this page. You can always go back. But I have noticed that if you're going through pages and things like that, like this, and you're going through things, sometimes you'll notice it'll just kind of think. There's a little thinking arrow, circular arrow that comes up sometimes. And if it keeps doing that, you can hit the refresh button. Also, another thing that can happen is if you're in your portfolio and you click on a page and you're getting that thinking circular arrow and your images aren't coming up, that usually means that one of your images are actually corrupted on here, and that can prompt you to give us a call. If you're having trouble like that, feel free to give us a call and we can actually troubleshoot that. It's usually just a matter of us re-uploading one of the images to get it to work correctly. I've had it happen a couple times. It doesn't happen a lot, but every once in a while we'll get an image that just isn't agreeing with the website, and it kind of shuts down one of your pages, and we just have to replace it and it comes right back. So something to think about if the website doesn't seem to be working correctly. Okay, so we went over checkboxes and keywords and the profile image. I think we went over just about everything I wanted to today. Please do tell your friends, family, colleagues, anyone you can about the website. We want to try to get as many people as possible, especially with the holidays coming. This is a great time to buy gifts, and honestly, I think one of the best gifts to give people is art prints. And so I'm hoping in the future this will actually be a really great resource for people in Maryland and people all over the country to come in and buy our local artists' art. It's a great website, and it's super easy. They can come in here, buy something, and get it in the mail in just a couple days. If it's a print, if it's a stretched canvas or something, it might take a couple extra days. But yeah, I think this is going to be a really good thing for gifts. And we're also hoping to advertise to interior designers, offices, people who need to fill some wall space in an office with art. We definitely will want to encourage people like that to come to the site and browse, pick out maybe 10, 15 images. And, if somebody's doing that, we'll definitely maybe contact them and see if maybe we can work out a deal. If they're looking for a little bit of a discount, if they're buying a whole bunch of stuff, we can call you, the artist, and see if you want to work out a deal with somebody if we get a job like that. But yeah, please do tell everybody about the site, and so we can get as many people on here and buying stuff. And I think we went over the new capabilities, the preview. One thing I did just very recently is if you click on an image, looks like this is April's here. If you click on an image, it used to be about a couple weeks ago that you would just get this page that would show these products, but it wouldn't actually show you the picture that you clicked on. So it was kind of an issue. So we created this preview page at the top, and we're probably even going to add a little bit of extra information, like if it's a watercolor, we'll put that in here. This is actually a link, so if the person wants to go and see more stuff, you can actually go to that person's gallery. Well, let's go back there. Okay. So this doesn't really show it a whole lot, but there is actually a watermark on here. We did a watermark because that's a little bit of a bigger image, and we don't want people to be grabbing images. Let's try a different one here. This one's a little bit darker. You can see we have our logo, the MD Art Gallery's logo is all over this image. We didn't want it to be too obvious because we want people to be able to see the image, but we also don't want people to take this image, download it, or take a screen grab. You actually, I think you can actually right click on this and actually save, but it's actually saving the HTML. It doesn't actually save the picture. So that's one safety thing. It doesn't allow you to actually save that picture. The only way you can get that picture is to actually take a screen grab. With AI coming out, artificial intelligence is a little scary these days, and that was what kind of prompted me to put this, the watermark on here. If you screen grab this, put on your desktop, and then run it through artificial intelligence software, it's pretty amazing what some of the software can do. So with these logos all over this, nobody's going to spend the time to try to take that out in Photoshop and then add, put it into AI software. So I think this watermark is going to help deter people from trying to take anything. When you do go to pick your product, the watermark is not on here, but it's a much smaller image. And if on here you actually can save that image, but it's so small, they're not going to be able to take that image. Even going into AI software, that image is so small, there's really not that much detail there to make anything out of. So I think that's about it for today. Hopefully we'll be coming out with some more capabilities, and we'll definitely keep you updated. But thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.